Hi guys, welcome to this video. In this video, I will be discussing 5 tips on how you can make money through real estate in Germany. For people, this video is for people that own properties in Germany of any size. Even for people that don't have property to their name in Germany, there's also ways you can make money through real estate in Germany. Yeah, once again, my name is Mark Oji. For people that don't know, I am Nigerian and I currently live in Stuttgart, Germany. Let's get to it. I'll be discussing 5 tips, and the first tip is the conventional way of you own a property of any size. Maybe you live in a big apartment, or you own a big house and you have spare rooms. You can easily rent them out for few euros and make extra income without doing anything. And I think a lot of people are doing that now. It's basically the conventional way of making money, and I think that's passive. It's only requires a few hours of your time every now and then checking out the property to see that it's well maintained. Yeah, and another tip is the second one is making money through shortlet. Me personally, I do shortlet because say you get a new tenant, right? You can start with a 6-month tenancy agreement. In this 6 months, you can observe them to see how well they maintaining your property. You can monitor them to see if they pay their bills on time, and if they maintain your property, and if they have friends, how their friends, when the friends come over to the property, how they carry themselves when they are in the property. So that's why I prefer short-term rental. You can that way you can keep an eye more on your tenant, and basically you can easily correct anything if you've got the wrong tenant. Basically when you meet people for the first time and you rent your property out to them, you don't really know them. As time goes on, you get to know them, and you get to know the kind of person they are. You know what I mean? So I think personally it's better for me to start a rental agreement on a temporal basis, and as time goes on, if I see they carry themselves right and they are the right person for us to work together, yeah, I can increase the agreement to a longer term period. Yes, and that's the second tip, right? And I think it's also mostly passive as well, because it only requires a few hours of my time in every month to just go there, check out the place, see the whole place is being well maintained as well. Or if you have a lot of number of properties, you can always hand them over to property management companies. They can look up, do all the legwork for you, so you can basically just have all your property handed to them, and they're completely passive. But even if you're handling your property yourself, it's not really much of a work. You can just every now and then in a week you can just go there and spend 5-10 minutes, look around to see that everything is okay, and that's about it. Yeah. And the third tip I'll be sharing here is Airbnb. Of course, I believe everyone know about Airbnb, and Airbnb I think is still a growing market in Germany, especially for touristic German cities. They're really it's still a growing market in Germany, and people make a lot of money through it. And I do Airbnb as well, and I think Airbnb gives you more time to do other things, because you can just mark on your calendar the days you want to rent out your property, and the days you don't want to rent out your property, you can simply block it out so that no one is able to make any booking. Airbnb is always a great way to make a passive income through real estate in Germany. And for people that perhaps you don't own a property in Germany, now this is taking me to the fifth tip, which is for people that don't own a property in Germany. It's called rental arbitrage. Rental arbitrage is basically for people that live in an apartment, in a big apartment, and there are spare rooms there. Or even for people that live in a VG. Say you live in a 3 or 4 bedroom VG and the whole room are vacant. You can simply approach your landlord and discuss with your landlord to say you would like to take the whole rooms, and you have to make it clear to your landlord. Your landlord must be aware that you're going to be using this property for a rental arbitrage. Rental arbitrage is basically you rent out a property. Maybe you're living there or you're not living there, but you rent it out every month. Whatever amount you've agreed with the owner of the property, they should get the money every month. You say every month the rental agreement is 1,000 euro every month. Whatever happens, if the whole rooms in the apartment is filled up with tenant or not, the owner of the property must get his or 1,000 euro. Whatever you do with the rooms or the property is none of his business. Yeah, so what you do is you're paying the rent, you have spare rooms, say it's three or four, let's say 4-room apartment. You live in 1 room and you have 3 other rooms. These 3 other rooms you can use it for Airbnb, and depending on the city where you live, you might need to get a permission from the city's government to be able to use that property for Airbnb. And in order to get this permission, you need to check with your city's Bürgeramt, or you just check with your city. If you need a license, they usually will give you a number for a business number, basically. So your landlord will have to probably apply to get this number on your behalf. It's not difficult to get, and this process is not in all cities, mostly in touristic cities. So you check in your city where you live. If you need this number, if you need it, then you have to get the number. If you don't need it, then you can just simply start doing your rental arbitrage, which is Airbnb basically. So you can always, there's a lot of money to make through Airbnb rental arbitrage. Germany has shortage of living space in Germany. Even if you're not doing Airbnb, you can rent out a whole 4-room apartment and you rent out other rooms. There are always people looking for VG rooms, so you will always find someone. If you put your room on the internet, that you got a free room in a VG, in under 24-48 hours, you have a bunch of people contacting you, interested in taking the room, basically. So there's nothing to worry. If you have real estate in Germany, you will always find someone to rent them out. And there are a lot you can do with real estate in Germany. Yes, I think that's the 5 tips, right? Finally, you can always also rent your spare rooms on booking.com. All you've got to do is take a nice looking professional photo. I think if you have an iPhone, you should be able to take good looking photos with your iPhone, or Samsung as well. But any smartphone should be able to get you a professional looking photo. All you have to do is do a little bit of tweaking here and there on your phone, and you should be fine. Yeah, so the 5 tips: the conventional way you can rent out your room, your spare room, or if you have relative, an auntie or your parents' place that've got the spare room, he can always fix up the room, make it look nice, and rent it out on Airbnb. Or if you have friends that've got a spare room in the apartment or where they live, you can always speak with them. You can fix up the spare room, post it up online, rent them out on a regular basis or on short-term contract basis, or on Airbnb, and you can always split the profit with your friend that own the apartment. Yeah, so the 5 tips: renting out your room on conventional or long-term basis, or short-term rental, Airbnb rental arbitrage, and lastly booking.com. You can always if you have spare room, you can always publish them on booking.com and you can always find people to rent it out on booking.com as well. That works as well. Yeah. And another tip: if you've got a car, you don't really drive this car, the car is just sitting there, you can always rent out your car on Get Around. Get Around, you can always make good money every month from Get Around, renting out your car. Basically the Get Around takes care of the insurance. So whoever is renting out your car, Get Around takes third-party liability insurance on them. So in case there's any problem, Get Around will always fix your car, and you can make good money as well from Get Around. In case I left, there's something is not clear, anything you're not clear about, any of the things I just discussed, you can always reach out to me, and I'll try my best to clarify. And I think real estate is really a good business, and everyone can. It's something anyone and everyone can do in Germany. And I think the German real estate as well is one of the best in Europe, if not the best. The reason why I say that is because in other European countries, the real estate market is centralized. For example, if you look at France or if you look at England, the real estate market in France is centralized in Paris. So every other city are not doing real estate in other cities in France are not doing as well as Paris. And if you look at England as well, most cities in England are not doing, the most real estate market in England are not doing as well as London. So basically the real estate market in England is concentrated in London, and the real estate market in France is concentrated in Paris. But if you look at the real estate market in Germany, it's decentralized, meaning every city has real estate autonomy. The condition of the real estate market in Berlin does not affect Hamburg. The condition of real estate market in Hamburg does not affect Frankfurt, and Frankfurt real estate market does not affect Stuttgart. So these markets are all decentralized. Do you know what I mean? If one market is doing poorly, you can simply invest in the next market. You always be fine in German real estate market. And when it comes to rental property, there's always people ready queuing up to rent out your property. So your property will never be empty. If you have an apartment with multiple rooms, you can rent everything all out, discuss with your landlord. As me personally, with my property, if anyone should come to me, say I have a tenant already living there and they come to me, oh, I would like to take the whole room and I pay you every month, I think I would do it. I would do it, but there's some things I'll probably take into consideration. I will take into consideration how their maintenance lifestyle is. I will take that into consideration. And I'll also take into consideration how timely they pay their bills, their rent. I will take that into consideration amongst other things. But if everything, checks out, definitely I will be more than happy to give up my property to, such person, as long as I know my property will always be well maintained. So if you have a landlord and you have a long record of good maintenance, you can always approach your landlord to rent out the whole place, and you can use them for Airbnb or Airbnb rental arbitrage. You can always make side income from things like this. Yep. I guess I will end this video here, and if you have any question, please feel free to message me. And I think also I am one of the reasons why also I make this video is to build a community of like minds in Germany. It doesn't matter how your standing in Germany, basically. If you're a professional in Germany, or if you're an IT expert living in Germany, or even if you're a student, or even if you're an asylum seeker, I will be more than happy to connect with you. And I think we can establish some form of relationship and contact, And as we move forward, I would like to build a community of foreigners or even Germans. We can build a community whereby we encourage each other to build, to go into real estate investing, and basically build a community around real estate or even social. We can always sometimes as well organize social gatherings. We can always meet in any city in Germany. I would be more than happy to get involved in that. You know what I mean? So if you're watching this video and that's something you'll be interested in, please contact me. I will be happy to connect with you, and and we'll take it from there. And I guess I'll see you in the next video, and thank you for watching this video. And if anything is not clear about what I just discussed, please feel free to message me, and I'll be more than happy to clarify on whatever you're concerned about. And on that note, I'll see you on the next one. Take care of yourself, and yes, be safe.